wouldn't say the all gray. It has to be. It has to have black in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gotta be some because it has to be consistent. There has to be some continuity through the whole woo wop. You feel me?
You just gray, straight to the black force.
He probably got on white socks. Nah, it's not gonna fly, my guy. Nah.
Yo, we probably got to do a topic like that where we talk about what fits deem character.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Like what
and where the stigma probably came from.
What's the stereotype about what you wearing?
We probably gonna have to do that before somebody steal it.
I like that.
Yo, you tuned into the Notion Podcast. I'm your host, Dizzy D Spill, with my co-host in the building,
Jelani Evans.
Oh, former Poe.
And this is the first episode of the year, right? Of the new year.
Yeah, 2024.
Yeah, we in here, man.
For sure.
But before we start, man, I gotta go down the line, man, because y'all do y'all thing with the fashion. You know what I'm saying? I see you got the Kick Simplify logo. Jelani, you want to break it down? So, the coordination?
No, something slight. White, black and red, Jordan 2s, all in your face. The classics. Bro, I love these kicks. Like it's so crazy because I really enjoy Jordan 2s. I feel like they just don't execute the colorways as smooth as they should.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a stigma to them. But like the originals, they call them the Italian stallions because they were made in Italy. Boom.
The leather, you can. I don't think I've seen too many.
Yeah, you been reading the blog.
It's crazy because I'm actually finna get back to writing too. So
there you go.
Let's talk about it.
What's up? What you got, Poe, man?
Oh man, this right here, this corduroy. This a corduroy.
Yeah, that's what I was just like. This is a corduroy.
This is corduroy. This is from I was finna say H&M on some bullshit. This is from Urban Outfitters.
Okay.
And then this little hoodie thing right here. This shit. It's a company. So this dude, he's I think I can't tell you which country of origin he's from. I think it's actually Pakistan. Mm-hmm. So he started this company called Found, and so a lot of his clothing and are the pieces he makes is inspired by like farmers and like that whole kind of style of dress from the people like his ancestors and stuff.
Okay.
So this and this is from there. These right here, I ain't gonna lie, these are Sheins. $20. Shein, whatever they say or whatever.
You the first person I heard say it like that. Though. I was like, Shein, like
these $18, bro. They came in like 5 days, and I could go outside and it don't be cold.
So they came in 5 days.
Just to let you know it's real. Like, shipping and handling was only $3.
I ain't never heard details. So
these is official. Like I've never ordered nothing from Shein. I thought it was gonna be cheap.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm scared.
It keep the legs warm. Like the quality. The stitch is official. And then Doc Martens.
You might have lucked out though.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a one-time thing.
I feel like
I liked them because they flare. I seen the flare. I was like, let me cop those.
You probably gonna get somebody in trouble in production. But what I tell you about using too much material? What I tell you?
He washed them and warmed them again.
Material is crazy.
yo, you get
nah. These are fit. I might fuck around and give me another pair
before they go.
Before the manufacturer.
Yeah, man. They probably already fired him.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Next pair, you get gonna be translucent. You're like, I see the light through these. It's too late.
You gonna get a little message in the packaging that says, "Now review these."
It's a whole different size, though.
A whole different material.
So what's the note? These ain't those. What does that mean?
Yeah.
What?
Somebody slipped in there.
Yeah, man.
It's the sample.
Yeah, somebody took care of you on the craftsmanship.
Now, what you got going on? I see the Lavore with the.
Oh, you already know I got my owner exclusive.
What's that? Honeycomb?
Yeah, you already know. It's a honeycomb collection, you know what I'm saying?
Like
and
that.
then got the Air Max, the little
lemonade
joints, you know what I'm saying?
Air Max ones.
Just a little light.
Some
light,
comfort. Today is about comfort.
Bro, it's always about
that's
comfort.
the only way I dress.
Right
That's
now,
why
it's
I'm always in joggers and sweats and like casual, comfortable, bro.
It's my favorite part of like the fall and winters because I can just be comfortable and stuff like that.
That's them. I'm wearing sweats and joggers all year round.
Middle of July, bro. He out here.
Yeah. Maybe not the hoodie, but the sweats is sufficient.
I pull a pair of jeans off every once in a while.
Yeah.
I got some denim. I got some like.
It's kind of hard to wear the denim right now.
Well, It's a 12. I like 12 denim. It's a lot lighter.
That's nice.
And so I dabble with that, and then I got a couple pair of like khakis and jogger khaki type jump offs, but not beating those sweats, bro.
Yeah.
I think I didn't think. I found somebody told me about a vintage store. Man, I'm so happy.
What?
So, like the vintage cat.
Don't tell them because
I'm not
then they go.
It's Curious Act. They know about it, but I'm not gonna tell the name because I'm hating. So
it ain't even hating
until I get what I want out of there. I ain't gonna tell you.
It ain't even.
They're not even gonna be able to comment on what you said correctly.
Just keep things.
But this type of store, if this is not your flavor, if this is not what you do, you will look silly. You can't wear the stuff out of here with the like. So a lot of the little vintage stores, they be having like. Our thrift stores, it's like the new graphic tees, the new kid stuff.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the stuff that's like more of my style, like actually vintage pieces. And one of my coworkers told me about a spot. I went there yesterday just to see what it was. There was some shit in there, man.
Okay.
Some shit in there. So
yeah, I got a little vintage store I be dabbling with, man. I found a couple of like vintage polo sweaters in there. Really? Oh man.
Yeah,
with the cow neck and another one with the button up and I got a couple of joints in there.
Yeah, because other than that, I got to shop online. I've been shopping online consistently.
I'm not a big fan of shopping online.
Since 07.
I want to be able to go and make sure it actually fit. I don't like sending stuff back.
See, my size.
I hate sending stuff back.
There's no fluctuation. I'm just skinny, nigga.
Yeah,
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
All in the same breath, though. It's like I've been in the gym since August, bro. And I put on some size, healthy weight, like a little muscle and everything. Like shirts is fitting different now. Like I got a LeVar Close shirt on here. I put it on. I was like, it used to be more room in this thing. It used to be more room in here. Like, oh, okay. So I mean,
you said, what size is this, Mark Lauren?
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. I definitely want to go in and try some things on. Especially with. Your style changes as you grow older, as you mature. Your style should change. So I do have certain pieces in the closet for more upscale or adult occasions, I guess you could say. And looking to acquire more that you want to make sure that it has a certain size, certain flow, certain it falls a certain way. So sometimes you can't be online now with some of the basic stuff you do, or like hoodies, beanies, jackets. Easy.
I think that for me is just probably because my size, my body I don't get bigger.
Just be honest. He don't like socializing. He don't like y'all.
Yeah.
I don't like wearing what y'all wear.
Wearing what you wear, being where you're at, seeing you anywhere. Just
Harold. Hi.
Yeah.
You found me.
Yeah. I heard you was looking for
You have the wrong guy. You're not Harold. No, it's Harold.
Been saying it wrong the whole time.
I hate when they say Howard.
You look behind you. Oh, he heard you. Yeah, walk off.
Yo, we already know that Katt Williams set the internet on fire. He's gotten Shannon Sharp some crazy views on his channel. Like the numbers is wild.
That's the last I saw.
50 something. Was it 50 something? Or is it at 60? It's like
nope. Last week I saw 225 million.
Oh yeah.
All social platforms. On the YouTube, it was I think about 50 or 60.
Yeah. Okay. Well, since everybody knows what's up, I think the crazy thing that I wanted to talk to y'all about was like how all the receipts of what he said.
That was crazy.
It's like not one time in that interview that he would say like, go do the research or whatever, or y'all go look here. Everybody just said, you know what? We just gonna start fact checking.
That was a 1098. That was one of those. That's how you be like damn. You know how you doing your taxes and you start finding shit that you that's
I started accidentally finding things that he didn't bring up, but yet he exposed the individuals. You know what I'm saying? And I think I was telling you about it where I had seen where I was listening to a Bernie Mac bit. And I said Kevin Hart has something similar to that, but Bernie Mac's was way before. So it was almost like okay, this is really a thing in the comedy world where people really feel a way when you take like an iconic joke that they worked on and they molded it or whatever. But it wasn't just a joke still, and it was just like a lot of stuff that he said. People was pulling it up like, yeah, there it is right there.
Bro, I seen a Bernie Mac stand up where he name dropped, like, I think he said some more Monique, Adele Givens, and Steve Harvey been stealing his stuff.
Whoa.
This is what Bernie Mac said. He was like, I'm tired. Yeah, he had a set. He was like, I'm tired. What do you stealing my jokes, my content? And then he name dropped those 4 people, and I was like,
he said some more too.
I think it might not have been some more, but I know Monique and Adele Givens and Steve Harvey for sure.
Yeah, we ain't seen none of the women.
It might not have been some more. I don't think it was some more. She's pretty authentic. I don't know. I don't remember who that 4th person was. So don't quote me on that one with some more, because I could be wrong. But I know he said Monique, Adele Givens, and Steve Harvey for sure.
Steve Harvey looking bad right now
Steve and Sid.
Man, that bald head, them big lips, he always look. I mean, never mind.
Steve and Sid looking bad, but Sid is Steve is looking a little worse because show like the Mark Curry thing.
Yeah, the whole Mark Curry comparison and like the jokes and Mark Curry's like, yo, this is you taking my content, but this is like stuff I live. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
My cousin said he went on there and just watched the old few episodes of Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Now I remember watching the show. I couldn't tell you much about the show now because it's been so long.
Yeah,
so I haven't
same with me.
And then being at that age, we didn't discern and understand like the comparisons of different shows. The amount of time between those shows was probably for us like we not picking up on that, like the different nuances and like the dynamics between the certain types of characters from Mr. Cooper to Steve Harvey show.
Yeah,
so like
it was like wasn't it like a little bit of a gap between what show came out? I don't even remember because I do remember a lot of Steve Harvey's show. I did watch that.
I could tell you all about
Mr.
that.
Cooper was like, I want to say like early 90s.
Yeah.
And then, Steve Harvey was what, early 2000s?
Late 90s.
Yeah, still into the 2000s, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I couldn't tell you nothing.
It's a big gap.
Episode from Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Me neither.
All I know is stop stealing. Don't matter when it happened. You're stealing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because with everything that's going on, I'm still waiting for somebody to say that man is lying.
Let's talk about it.
Nobody has come out and said he was lying. Now, Ice Cube did say that he didn't write a rape scene in the movie. So with that being said, that is kind of like holding him accountable for something that he said. But outside of that,
speaking in his own words.
Outside of that, yeah,
Cube had to come and say that. But let's be honest, like because we was talking off air.
Yeah.
In Players Club, you didn't show a grape scene. You alluded to it.
Yeah.
You made all the other. You made everything possible for us to believe and know.
Show it.
Yeah, you just left it to your imagination.
Actually, it didn't show it, but you heard it.
You heard it.
Yeah.
You know what went on.
Yeah. So I mean, like again,
and in next Friday. I mean Friday after next. I'm pretty sure you were alluding to Damon doing something to Katt.
Yeah.
Because Katt had that famous line of, I'm a boy, Damon.
Yeah.
So that seemed like, you was trying to allude to something. Maybe you didn't have the scene showing, but you were going to allude to that happening.
All I know is
he changed it.
I make no accusations. He said that he didn't write it in there. So, I mean, it's somebody's word against somebody else's word.
Well, I
the
think
crazy thing about it, just like the person who, your words against, he ain't lie about nothing.
Nobody said the word lie, not telling the truth, embellishing,
they called him crazy.
No exaggerations, none
drugs.
Yeah, like all this stuff.
Drugs, yeah.
And like, try to draw attention away from him by doing other stuff. Like that boy Ludacris, like he wrote a little freestyle.
Yeah,
he had a little freestyle. Or was it? Because I'm gonna tell you right now.
Now, because it didn't seem like he was taking it too like.
You seem like he was defending himself more than taking a shot.
I'm gonna tell you like this. If you say I did some questionable stuff as far as my manhood goes, and you disrespect my wife, I'm not writing no jingle, bro. I'm coming for your helmet.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
You gotta see me in traffic. I'm looking up the tour schedule. Where he finna be at? Because I'm gonna be there.
But his wife ain't ugly.
I don't care. You don't talk about my wife, bro.
That's real rap.
No, I respect
If you married and somebody disrespect your wife,
Yeah. If my wife was ugly,
gonna flow about it?
You gotta come see me.
You gonna write it? Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2.
I don't know if you can just run up on somebody if your girl's really ugly, man. You just
it don't matter. It doesn't matter.
Why you reminding people?
It doesn't matter. That's why she don't be out. No, it don't matter.
No, that's real. You gotta catch. You gotta run when you attack the family, bro.
And my manhood.
Yeah. You have to see me about something.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I'm
not freestyling nothing.
I'm not dropping no
I'm rapping to the killers that's coming for your helmet. Like I'm not.
But he had the sideburns and the cornrows.
Now,
so it's not 20 million.
After you
it's not 20 movies.
Look, but that's the thing about it.
He did half.
This is the thing about it.
He did half of it.
It was. This is the thing about it, bro. It's 20 million per movie. Do the math. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, but anyways,
the map.
He said it was part of the demasculation, right? So if you did what they told you to do and went through that process afterwards, you want to grow your hair back and your sideburns, go ahead. I mean, you did what you did. If he did it, right?
Man,
we don't know.
If somebody
we wasn't there.
But if somebody says something like that,
if you say something like that about me,
you can say that about me.
No.
You can't say that about me, dog.
The way he said it, I would have been laughing. The wife one different. But if that's not something that really happened and he just made, I'd be like, oh yeah, he's a funny motherfucker.
Dog.
But it depends, man. If you lie on me,
he said you a funny motherfucker.
Yeah, if you
Whoa, no.
Yeah, dog. You gotta catch the fade, man.
No. That's ludicrous.
You have to catch the fade.
It's
literally, yes, literally.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy.
It is crazy.
Let's
for
start
real.
there.
I do. All right, I'm gonna say it. I do think that there was some stuff that was exaggerated, but it has nothing to do with what he said about other people.
What's the percentage?
It's what he was claiming. I don't believe that you read over 3,000 books, big dog. I'm sorry.
Ain't no 3,000 books happening.
I don't. In life, I don't think he read over 3,000 books. I'm sorry.
I need all the titles.
All right. How many years you got to read?
Say 100
years a book, a day. 300. I mean, 365 days, right?
I don't know how.
3,000 divided by.
I don't know how accurate it was, but I looked up the Guinness World Record.
You can't do that.
And it was a guy that was in his 90s that read over. You talking about that African video?
Katt was in there reading all kind of different shit. He wasn't just reading
the
books.
record. The record was 25,000 by a man who lived to be like damn near 90 years old.
25,000 books.
25,000 books
in a year.
And Katt said he did half. No, in his lifetime. And Katt said he already knocked out half.
But he said he did it in a year.
He said 3.
He said he did it in a year.
And he said that he got accepted into college when he was still in like elementary school or something like that.
I done seen.
I'm exaggerating that.
Every once in a while, my mama sending me an Instagram video of some little kid that just graduated from college.
Yeah, but we talking about Katt. We're not talking about that little
so
kid.
Let's do this. 3,000 books in a year.
Mm-hmm.
There's 365 days in a year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. That means that he would have had to been reading 8.2
a day.
But it depends on what
8.2 a day.
It depends on what kind of books you
So if you count Source Magazine,
he didn't say
King Magazine.
Nah, he said books. Not booklets.
Okay.
Not
cookbooks?
No, I don't know.
The Watchtower?
Poem books. I don't know. But I don't know. But what I'm saying is 3,000 divided by 365 is 8.21917. So 8.22, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, bruh.
Cat capping.
When you go to sleep,
I'm barely reading 8 books in a year. How you doing 3,000? Cuz, and you got a whole
I'm still trying to get my books right with my business,
bro. How many kids he got? How many movies he done? Don't he be
maybe
doing
he
shows?
added up all the books they read together.
He said he read these when he was a little
Dr.
kid.
Seuss does not count.
He said he read. Dr. Seuss don't make that many books.
Nah,
he said he read them at
it's
that age.
It's 3,000. Nah, I don't.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why I'm saying, what's your percentage? How much truth was there?
As far as the whole interview,
where is the truth?
I would say 80.
80.
I would say 80.
I don't know. It's maybe 90. I feel like a lot of truth.
90 is crazy.
I don't feel like outside of.
What you doing? What's yours, dog? You just trying to walk. You just trying to walk off. What's your percentage, yo?
I was gonna give the nigga 80, 85, but 90 is not too bad.
What he said about others, it just, the ways he's explaining it in detail and stuff like that, it's like, okay, it makes sense. You know what my issue is, right? I always tell people when somebody tells me a story in the middle of it, I start questioning it. I need to know like what the start. You know what I'm saying? You can't just start out, so we was fighting at the gas station.
Cap,
wait, hold on,
what? Cap.
You know what I'm saying?
My car's electric. Cap.
Yeah.
Cap.
No. Like you definitely, I think a lot of it was perspective. Like, I'm not saying the other guys were lying when they told their side of the story.
But you got to remember the people that he addressed was people that was already interviewed.
So you already told your side.
Yeah,
and then he showed up. Mouth.
Yeah,
so he basically he showed up to clear it up.
Yeah,
and his perspective was just a little more clear because it gave a little more. It was more in depth explanation of the story than those who said the story. Like Ricky Smiley telling that part of, this was supposed to be my part. You didn't really give no context to what you're talking about. You just tried to give that that headline so that people would believe or just think however you wanted them to think. But if you wanted to give full context, you would know that the 200 other people.
The person that looked bad to me, I'm gonna be honest, was said, because he said, "Man, that's my joke," and he was trying to break down the joke. He's like, "I've been saying that joke for years." So I'm like, "Wait a minute. So you've been recycling a joke for X amount of years before the Kings of Comedy?
That's gaslighting.
Why would you do that?
Saying that you've been doing it for years, you've been doing it
prior to the special, though." He said he'd been doing that joke for years prior to even doing Kings of Comedy.
The joke itself is like more. You can say the spaceship thing, but the joke itself is the
whole concept.
It's the movement.
Yeah, the whole concept was Katt's joke. And I'm gonna be real. I don't even remember Katt from Comic View. And then when I seen the footage, I was like, he was on Comic View. That is his joke.
But you remember, me and you were faithful Comic View.
Yeah,
we was taking jokes to school.
Yeah,
so I know.
Absolutely. But I was just like, I don't.
So y'all was stealing jokes too.
Absolutely,
hell yeah.
That's why.
How do you think we got here?
Nigga, a rapper stole everybody else's raps off of lyrics.com.
Bro, wait till you hear this next EP I drop. Crazy.
You have to learn how to write a rap by stealing somebody else's rap first.
I write all my own content, guys. I don't know about the rest of these cats. I don't know.
Yeah, I was killing it at school.
Oh, for sure. For sure. You know who. And the crazy part is our favorite comic we have the same favorite, one of the same favorite comics that didn't even know that. Like, you probably over at Pontywood stealing his jokes.
Oh yeah,
I'm over there at
Golden
West Valley doing that.
Yeah, man. I mean, we are actually able to do it because we're fans of the art. These guys are supposed to be originators. Yeah. So, like I said, with said situation,
it's so crazy because it's like all right, I never really said anything out loud, but I know everybody was wondering how the hell was he ever a king of comedy?
Who
said?
Well, okay, so let me break it down to you. What happened with that tour?
Okay,
that was Steve's tour. Mm-hmm. They was outperforming Steve, and he definitely didn't want to go last. This is the story. This is what was told, right? So then they decided to start calling it one of the original Kings of Comedy, and he was going to be the host. That's why he doesn't have his own set. Even when you see them in different outfits in the movie, he doesn't have his own set. He's just kind of like introducing with a couple jokes, intermission and stuff like that. So that's crazy. That's what really happened. It was supposed to be his tour, and he was underperforming compared to the other comedians. And so they said, all right, we're going to do it like this.
Now, let me ask.
I mean, he's not really funny.
He's
got a couple jokes here and there, yeah, but.
Now, can you, from the other side, I could respect that, though. Like, I'm putting on an event for myself. I'm having other people come on and perform and open up. You guys are just more talented than me. That's what the people saying. That's what the numbers are showing. Let's go ahead and switch this up, and y'all go ahead. I'm gonna host this shit. Y'all do your thing.
Nah. In the comedy world, that's not what it was.
Man, it was. Not about to go and run off. Nigga,
this is what contracts. It is. If Bernie Mac go before you, and you not even half as funny as him, you are.
Bernie going before anyone.
It's a good chance you might get booed.
Bernie goes before anyone, and it's hard.
You see what I'm saying?
For everyone else after.
So it's like, he wasn't as fun. Now I will say that said has had some sets that I've watched on certain things where he was funny. It's just kind of disheartening where you kind of like
he doesn't write.
Yeah, you find out that Superman never flew. He always took a plane. It's kind of like that scenario. But like, wait, what?
All right, so we're not going to give him as much points, obviously.
No, points have been deducted.
Said is a good
He
performer.
didn't really have too many.
Because it's a difference between, so I think what happens is a lot of people are funny, humorous, have maybe a natural sort of personality, and those people oftentimes might be a good actor. There are people who tell good jokes, good storytellers, and they may be just good at stand-up. There are some people who are able to cross over and do both, like Eddie, Robin Williams. I heard he didn't write. He didn't write. Yep.
Who?
Let's talk about it.
Robin Williams?
I heard he didn't write.
Robin Williams or Robin Harris?
Robin Williams.
Okay, because you know.
Wait, Robin Williams.
Robin was stealing jokes.
Right.
They said he was stealing jokes.
Well, I don't know.
So I didn't hear it.
No, but
I'm glad you said it because I thought you think talking about
Robin Harris. I'm like, nah.
Throw the mic at you.
Yeah.
Stop lying. Stop lying. I don't believe that.
But you know what? There has been, because we have the internet and social media, a lot of things come out and you find out that certain people wrote for certain people, just like you hear in music. Like, I didn't know that Charlie Murphy wrote a lot of what happened on the Chappelle Show. He wrote a lot of the Chappelle Show, a lot of the iconic stuff on Chappelle.
Well, you can tell based off his stories.
It was only, it was three main, like...
Donnell.
Nah, it wasn't. It was Dave. It was, what's his homeboy's name? Was it Nick? Nate? Gosh.
Talking about writers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think you were talking about characters.
No. With the glasses.
I was about to say Laurel.
No.
I know who you're talking about. But yeah, it was them three, right? Nate, and his boy Chappelle, and Charlie Murphy.
Neil Brennan.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, Neil Brennan, and Charlie Murphy.
No. That white boy right there is funny as hell.
Oh, he's hilarious.
That motherfucker funny.
Have you seen his stand up?
His specials are funny.
With three mics.
Yeah,
I think it's three mics.
I don't know. I've seen him on just a podcast, just talking.
Go watch his Netflix specials.
Three mics.
He was actually talking about when he was on the Chappelle Show. I think he was like the first season or two, right? He wasn't there the whole. Was he there the whole time?
No,
I don't know all his
time, bro. Like. Yeah,
and you even see some comedians that were in the background too.
Towards the end of it, I feel like once you start seeing like more Charlie Marshall and Donnell, because Dave wasn't there. I don't think Neil was there either. If I'm looking,
sure. When they try to like wrap up the show,
right?
Yeah.
But bro, them three,
it was doing some major writing, and I didn't know that
100%.
And there's like even Deion Cole. He's wrote a lot of stuff, like whether it's TV shows, even like Paul Mooney. He wrote a lot of TV shows and stuff like that. So when you look at somebody acting it out, you're like, damn, they're hilarious. Not knowing that some of these comedians were in the background writing all of these sketches and skits and stuff like that. So
yeah, because Paul Mooney was for I just watched Richard Pryor. I just watched Harlem Nights last night, bro, and I was like.
I heard
Red Fox.
That shit.
No, they don't touch that.
Red Fox, Robin Harris, Richard Pryor.
Keep going.
Eddie Murphy.
Delarice.
Charlie Murphy. I'm like, bro.
Tommy.
Yup.
Yeah, Tommy. But
Arsenio Hall.
But yeah, Arsenio Hall. Yeah. I feel like Tommy's part was kind of
it was more serious,
because they kind of took him out already.
It was kind of small, but it, like even Arsenio Hall, like his, you know what I'm saying, with
his part was
even the white actors
stop shooting.
There was a couple of, you know what I'm saying, but we're not talking about them.
Don't put that on my ass.
But you know what I'm saying though, it was just like, bro, I'm watching the movie and I'm like, bro, this is
that's kind of like Friday before Friday, bro.
I'm like, this movie.
When you look at how iconic that cast is,
bro, are you serious? I was just like, wow. But yeah, Paul Mooney wrote for Richard Pryor too, so it's just like. Yeah, okay. Somebody might write the jokes, but you still have to execute them.
Yeah, Chris Brown don't write all his music.
You have to have a certain. You have to have a certain amount of talent, charisma,
right,
know how to deliver and give these jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like regardless who write them, because it's all right. Somebody write a joke and you perform it, and they be like ha ha ha, and then I perform it and they fall off their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like it just it's about how you deliver it. You know what I'm saying?
Are some people who are better performers than they are. Yeah, well,
and then 100%. Because I mean, like, yeah, there's some people who have wrote songs for us. Like, bro, when you hear stuff like, yeah, Neo wrote this for Beyonce, and you're like, wow, really? And
Neo and the Dream wrote all the classic songs that these women be singing. And then you listen
to the song, and you be like, yeah, neither one of them could have sang that, but who they wrote it for blew the top off.
Yeah, that's why it's like if the ability to write transferred into your ability to perform, then there would be way more artists. But you see that a lot of the artists who aren't necessarily as great as performers, it could just be the marketing behind it. It could just be the appeal of the voice, whatever it is. Those individuals would just be at a higher level if that was the case of the transfer.
And sometimes stuff is specifically wrote for that person's cadence. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z writing Still Dre. Yeah. Apparently, I mean, we'll probably never hear how that sounded, but he rapped it.
Once I heard Jay-Z wrote that, I hear it.
You hear the delivery, but they said when he wrote it, it was like he rapped it like he was Dre. Because you know that's how they write songs. They just send you how they perform it, and then you just
It's kind of like bro, you heard that song by Bow Wow, Fresh as I'm Is, and you're like, oh, this is kind of a banger. And then you find out T.I. wrote it, and you listen to it again, and you're like, yep.
But
that's a
good example because I just heard the little track, Sidebar, one of the unreleased songs from Bow Wow. You should know this because you was a fan.
Who was a fan?
Bow Wow, wasn't you?
I was no Bow Wow fan. Don't do that.
All right, my bad.
Man, you wild.
Person, my bad. All right,
bro, you see how he tried to do me?
Nah, man, this not those. All right.
Bro, he tried to get at me, dog. He said, was young. He said,
so you fucked with Romeo.
He didn't say we.
You fucked with Romeo.
Bro, you see him right now?
So you was a Romeo fan, nigga?
You see this man right now?
Y'all niggas tripping.
This dude is wild.
Let's start there.
This dude is wild.
Liking Romeo's music over Bow Wow's music is crazy.
Bruh, neither. Bruh.
So now you just too mature.
Bruh. Bruh, just try to, you see him?
Alright, so anyway,
yeah, you can't watch Juice no more, dog. You do not have the juice.
Alright,
we'll finish the story, man.
So they had some unreleased tracks from Bow Wow. Your face you making, you gonna make that face when you hear this shit. If you hear it, of him performing songs that Corrupt wrote, and his cadence was crazy. It sounded like he's like 5 or 6.
Well,
he's performing.
You remember what he said on his Breakfast Club interview? He said he was one of the original members of Dog Pound when he was a little kid.
Who? And he was that song. Even now, when I was listening, I'm like, damn, keeping up.
And I thought it was weird, but when you go back, he was always around Snoop and Death Row, and he's even in one of Snoop's earlier videos. Right. He's one of the little kids jumping on the couch.
Yeah. See, so we think that they found him right around that age, but it was like he had been around the age that he came out, but his music came out. Yeah. Anyways, yo, he wild, bruh. He wild. Anyways, yeah, he's been around, and the reason why he went to So Def obviously was because of the type of environment Death Row Records honestly,
was.
it's probably the best.
And not just that. I mean, when you look at how Jermaine Dupri molded. You know what I'm saying?
All the young talent that came in.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That was the best place for him.
But yeah, it's common for, I think, a lot of performers to have that help, but at the same time, I just think that like the stealing concept, I know that when Katt went into the conversation, he had to get some stuff off his chest before they can go any further. Only thing is now, the only thing that I disagree with the internet, they say the internet is undefeated, but it's never, unflawed or whatever, is that it seems like people are turning their back on certain comedians that they like just because of what Katt said.
Yeah.
I think that's trash. Yeah. But that he's explaining his experience and how he feels, right. And now you're being influenced to say, well, yeah, to me that's the definition of a follower. That's why I said I'm just like hearing what I heard about said.
Like R. Kelly's.
Bruh, you on a roll.
No, I'm
Go
saying,
ahead.
Are we gonna say Y'all not ready to talk, man. Y'all not ready to talk, man. Step in the name of love. Come on, man. We getting rid of that one?
We finna have you step off the podcast.
I believe I can fly. We sang that at the graduation.
We'll make you fly. Throw you out like jazz. Wildin'.
Niggas practiced that song for 2 weeks.
My thing is, I see what you're saying though.
But it's true. You get what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. You're basically saying like you're only changing your perspective on a person because of somebody else's perspective, and that is one of the hardcore definitions of a follower.
Well, you know, you already you really know. I already think Steve is a cornball.
Well, most people do, and that's prior. But that's prior to Katt.
I've never been a fan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never been a fan of Sed. I've never been a fan of Sed. Okay. Now, D.L. Hughley, Bernie Mac, yeah. I've always thought Ricky Smiley tried too hard.
Yeah, that character lasted too long.
Just a lot of the stuff he did, like even when he was like on a podcast radio show that he was like, I just feel like he tried too hard. You know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of like some of the people he was dying out. I was just like, whatever. Now I'm not gonna lie. When he said something about Faison Love, I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy because there's some things he's done, some characters he's played that I really like.
Yeah, but Faison been talking shit. Faison been talking a lot of shit.
I don't know because I ain't heard.
Faison been talking a lot of shit about people, bro.
Years he been on a run and we ain't seen nothing but, like he said, you taking your shirt off.
Yeah.
Well, I think Katt came for him because like every time he's in the interview, he's talking shit.
Yeah, he is.
That's what if I see him trending, it's because he's been talking shit about somebody. And I think what Katt Williams' issue is when he tried to say how easy it is to get a Netflix special. And Katt Williams was like, well, you taking a dig at all of us that work hard. You know, he puts up his own money and he is consistently not one.
That's the whole part. Too.
Yeah,
it's like you talking about how easy,
and you don't even have one. That's what Katt Williams' argument was. But I'll say this: from watching Katt Williams' interview and then honestly knowing a lot of people that are fans of his, I wouldn't expect people that are big fans of Katt Williams comedy to like some of these other comedians because their style of comedy is different from Katt's. You see what I'm saying? That's why a lot of times they refer to him as like one of the greatest, if not the greatest, underground comedian because he finances everything. He's not going through like a Live Nation or whatever to finance all of that stuff and put everything together. So I could understand that part.
And his style is, I think that also it's his style and his cadence. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, like you said, the kids who are people who like him probably don't like the
comedians that he named
because the pace at which they tell their jokes, the type of jokes, and the way that they frame the jokes is totally different. And he's right. Every city he goes to, the first 20 minutes of that set,
he's talking about
your city.
Yeah.
So that gets the buy-in, and it's fresh. It's not like something you heard already. Yep. And I'm talking about what recently just happened in either social and entertainments in the world.
Right.
So it kind of, and he's like back to back.
Right.
It's like
and see
punch.
And depending on how you take comedy, that's gonna determine who you like. Me, I am a fan of comedy. So like we named all like these great, not just great black comedians, but to me the greatest of all time. So, but I can also watch Bill Burr. I can also watch. I've liked at least one or two of Dane Cook's specials. I like Joe Coy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like I'm a fan of comedy. You see what I'm saying? So, and all of those, not all of them are different, and their style of comedy is different than everybody we just named.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, I wouldn't just say that Ricky's not funny. I liked Ricky when I first seen him on Comic View, and I liked him on the Stan Lathan special he did with Earthquake and all of them. I liked Sed on Kings of Comedy, and I liked one of his specials. He has one special that I've seen on Netflix, and me and Bree thought it was, pretty funny. But I think where Katt was coming from was he's coming from the underground spot of saying, hey, you guys pedestal all these guys, but you don't know, but go look at the numbers.
Look at the numbers.
You know what I'm saying?
And the talent.
And yeah, look at the talent. Like when he came for Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart had to step in, the crazy thing was, it's not too long after that I seen her get booed at a show. And he was talking about prior to that, his whole point was he didn't think she's funny.
She's not funny.
She's not funny. And he said she's every person has an auntie or a cousin in the family like that, which is true. I got some people in my family like that.
The most.
Yeah. And then when I seen that stand up, I was like, damn, she got booed?
She's just the black auntie character.
Yeah. And that's what he said. And then that kind of like fueled the whole between him and Kevin Hart getting into it and stuff like that. But, you know,
I feel you.
And a lot of people are coming out and saying stuff. Like Corey Holcomb actually lightweight defended Kevin Hart a little bit. You know, Corey Holcomb don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying?
He's funny though.
Yeah, he's
hilarious.
Yeah. He's an underrated one too. Yeah. But he called out both sides. He was like, nah. He said the majority of what Katt said is right, but he didn't believe that Kevin was an industry plant because he remembers being there at the beginning of Kevin's career.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
I think what they saying with Kevin and what I feel like is probably true from what I remember. I remember when I saw Kevin Hart before doing stand up, but it was a rarity, and they saying like he did the East Coast circuit. So yeah. So they saying you a plant because you didn't put the work in out here in the West Coast for you to just automatically be in Hollywood. So they saying like you end up meeting someone somehow. It was probably through the soul plating thing connection because that's some hip hop shit. So it might have been a hip hop person who saw you, liked you, put you in the movie that gave you a little bit of extra exposure, and then your comedy itself, your talent, it helped you get to where you are. Ultimately, like we can't just discount and say he's not funny. Those fucking specials that
he was funny. He was funny in some things. He was funny in some things, bro.
He's not really funny anymore.
No, not anymore at all.
At the beginning of his career,
fair. I see what you're saying.
At the beginning of his career, and the way that he delivered his comedy and everything, it was funny. But after a while, it just seemed like he just started yelling jokes kind of and being loud, and it was just kind of like, bro, like he did. Like I remember one of the last specials I saw him doing, I was just like,
did you see the London one?
I don't know where
he was
it
in
was.
that stage that was like red lit somehow, and it was like he was in the UK, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
All I know is I was just like, "Yo, this is."
They even laugh.
This is mid.
Yeah.
His first 3 specials were funny, right?
You know, they almost might be some classics.
You can say that, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like in a lot of movies at the beginning,
he was funny,
bro. 40-year-old virgin.
For sure,
bro. That's one of the most. That's one of the most memorable parts of that movie.
In the Radio Shack type story.
Yeah,
for sure.
It was hilarious.
Yes,
you got to be somebody nigga wearing this.
That's your man. Both of y'all just got popped. Like that was funny. We not gonna say. I'm not gonna say that none of these guys did anything that was never funny.
Like you know what I'm saying. Like that was. But as of late, bro, he's just gotten loud and corny. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like, you know, when you initially you're being introduced to something you've never seen, you've never heard before. You're like, all right, I like that. Then after a while, it's just like, okay, they're doing the same thing. It's not even really, it's not even really all that fun or funny anymore. It's actually kind of lame. So
is that a point to where you would respect him having more writers, or where was he writing or adding more to contributing more to the material at the early stages of his career, and is he
had to,
right? So is it that like the fall off is him not being able to contribute more, or is it
it's no different than any rapper when they first come out versus like, you know, the transition of success.
The hunger?
Oh yeah,
yes.
That's what I was
saying.
The
being
hunger.
Hungry.
That
because,
hungry
bro,
changes.
Think about some of your favorite artists' first 2 albums, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Even if
like they're damn near flawless.
The first album is already a classic. Because
sometimes your second be the classic.
Yeah,
sometimes the second, but usually that first one is like, I can always go back to that one. Like, bro, like DMX,
bruh.
And then it was
Jay-Z,
Blood of My Blood,
Nas,
Illmatic, considered one of the greatest, if not the greatest album.
You see what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg,
yep,
50.
You know what I'm saying? 50.
The list goes on, and all of them
hungry.
All of them were hungry.
Put in the work.
Yeah,
you feel me? You know, like this is my opportunity. This is my chance. I gotta go hard. And then after you've done it for so long, you kind of just get there and be like, I'm gonna just put an album together real quick and get these sales up. And due to you having a name
and life
you
is
being
good,
popular, yeah.
Like
you know
when that's really it. I don't even know if it's really
things hit different when your stomach is touching your back versus being full.
But it could even be like maybe the hunger you have for trying to get to where you want and changing your position and your situation.
That's what makes
you could be dealing with shit in life like family members,
your
loved ones, your significant other. Just those,
I think that's what makes you great. In your line of work when you hit success and you still have something to talk about, like Chappelle. You know what I'm saying? Because he's talking about not just always like what's going on in his life, but what's going on in the world and being creative with that. And it's just like an artist. Like you have to find, all right, what angle am I going to take to, you know?
Yeah,
because if you can't,
went crazy.
You can't keep talking about the same old thing. It's like you're not even doing that anymore, right?
It's like I hate to do this because I like this guy, but it's like Pusha T still rapping about moving bricks.
He's talented.
He's a talented writer.
His wordplay is ridiculous, but we know he's not moving bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I love when I know
you worked for McDonald's,
killer,
man.
I love when he plays a movie where he's a killer.
Being an actor versus being a rapper is two different things. Unless you're a rapper that's acting over the tracks. How many hey?
There's been some rappers who turned into actors.
Yeah.
Right? And you need to stop.
Right? You could have started off rapping about the real shit.
We're not talking about Common and Ice Cube, okay? They're actual actors.
LL.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
He needed to get away from rap. He was wilding out. Like, bro was wearing denim in the waterfall, and like he did some
watching women undress, eating bananas and apples.
After he said, bro, Ellie.
Yeah, no. He used a woman's leg as a guitar. Yo, he was wilding. He needed to be stopped.
Sprung is crazy.
He needed to be stopped. Okay, so there's that. Yes, you know. But what I'm talking about is the rappers that are still rapping but are acting in their raps. They're not really executing that anymore.
It's
about. And the crazy thing about it is like a lot of these rappers, which is wild enough, is in order to maintain their audience, they have to continue to rap about that, because if they move away from that, there's a good chance that they will lose their audience.
There's a handful of people that understand that a lot of these people start out young and their audience grows up. So if you don't grow up with your audience, then who's going to be there for you?
There's that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Because Pusha, his music has kind of changed a little. Has gotten a little more mature with the coke rap. So now he's showing up to the drop off spot.
Now he got an LLC to sell.
Yeah,
he went from grams to ounces, ounces to bricks.
So then you got to show up looking different. You can't just sell bricks like that to the. You know what I mean? You got to look the part. You got to look like you're showing up to the Connect.
I don't know. I don't know what
I
Black
work
Forces?
at college, nigga. Nigga might have some cases. He show up with some black cases.
You in these cases, bro.
Hey, while we're talking about it, just real quick, man, is Diddy officially canceled?
Yes. Moving on.
Wait. By who?
Everybody but people in Bad Boy, because they gotta get a check.
There's multiple cancellations that are possible.
No, he's canceled, bro. Like this whole thing, he was already questionable.
Yeah.
Now that everything's out there, nobody should be Diddy bopping or talking about take that, because it has a whole different context now.
Give it back.
All right. He might. All right. What does cancel mean?
I think, from my perspective,
we not fucking with him.
Yeah, we not playing. We not playing your music. We not interviewing you. We don't really care about what you got going on. You just kind of need to fade to black and enjoy whatever wealth you have,
whatever
left.
Time you have left, because you're going to. No,
so the cancellation is by the consumer.
Yes.
The community.
What about the industry?
I think the industry is always gonna recognize what he's done in the industry as far as music is concerned.
But you can't do no business with him right now.
But yeah,
bro, he had to step down from Revolt, but I also feel like they pushed him out.
Yeah, it's the irony. And then like they had a revolt against him.
And then and then on top of that, bro, like a lot of business deals were they were null and void, stopped, canceled. You know, like there's a lot that because nobody wants to be connected or tied to anything with that type of.
Nobody want to party with him.
Because he paid her off.
Everything that's
admission to give.
Yeah, it's the rest of the Marvel characters that's coming for him right now. That's why.
It's everything that's come to light. The reputation that he now has, the stigma behind his name.
Because you paid her. Because if he didn't pay her, right? There would be a
it's not him paying her. It's her coming out with it in the first place.
But there's been plenty of people who have had accusations, right? And then they've gone to. Obviously, the accusation is bad enough.
She had
proof.
She had proof. They settled. And then what I've heard,
we ain't see the proof yet.
What I've heard is,
bro, you missed it.
What I've heard or what I've read is that there's some information that's supposed to get shared and released regarding what is known. So I just think what makes it bad for him to where it is truly going to be a cancel situation for him is the fact that there's already allegations, right? People already are saying, they saying, 50 been going in for like the past decade, right?
Man right there.
And then the confirmation of somebody saying, you know what? Because I'm a prove that everything that they're saying is right. Bro, and then they say, whoa, hold on.
There were urban myths.
Yeah.
But and this is the whole thing about it. So, all right, okay. A lot of stories, a lot of myths and everything. Now people are popping up with receipts.
Yeah.
It's like how Katt Williams said what he said, and then you go search the internet and you see all the receipts now. A lot of people are coming back with receipts and charges.
Including Katt Williams making a comment about the situation, too.
You gotta tell him no.
Now, I got a question. I got a question.
Telling him,
I got a question.
You don't want the answers. Go ahead, brother.
I got a question. Even though the receipts are coming up, right? Mm-hmm. And the allegations were said, and this doesn't go for just Diddy. This goes for anybody else. Mm-hmm. Do we hold people accountable that already knew and waited until the story got hot to speak up and confirm it?
Do we hold them accountable?
No.
For
why?
What part? For knowing?
Because the thing about it is this. If you think about it, like you said, there's been myths, there's been people who have made comments or accusations in the past, right?
Right.
And did things vote well for them?
No.
So, with that being said, you might feel like if I do that, I'm going to get the same thing happen to me.
I see what you're saying.
Where it's disregarded, where it's minimized, it's, you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
I get blackballed or whatever the case
I'm going to stand on this hill by myself and everybody knows I'm telling the truth and they're not going to stand up here with me.
No, nobody's going to, they're going to,
and nobody's going to jeopardize their career.
Right? Nope. Nobody's.
Okay.
And so now that there is more proof and backstory to it, could be like, and then on top of that, depending on what happened and what your experience was, you might have now just come to a place mentally and emotionally where you can talk about and address the situation without feeling some type of way about it to the point where you fall back into the place you was mentally when it happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these things are scarring. They're hurtful. They might have affected how you feel about self.
Yeah.
So if you have taken time, and nobody knows how long it could take depending on what happened and where you were in life when it happened. So being in a position where it's like, okay, now I feel like I can talk about it. And now that other people are coming out about it, this is my time to also address it so that it's put out there. And then I can also get some type of clarity and closure behind the situation. Because if something really happened, you need to have some type of closure. Because if nothing happens to the individual who did whatever they did to you, like, bruh, it's like they got away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They could cut your water off in many different ways. So it's like sometimes the people who are victims oftentimes are apprehensive of like coming forward, because if I do, then like this person has this ability to do and this to stop me from eating.
Bro, you gotta think about it. Like how many individuals had the title of mogul in our community?
Yeah.
He had to have a certain type of power and influence with the financial backing to make things happen.
Right.
So it comes to a point where it's like,
it's not worth
I like life. I don't know any other way to
that's
put it.
real.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I'm not jeopardizing my livelihood or anything I got going on because I feel like this needs to be heard. I mean, it's almost like
It's gonna fall on
perfect
deaf ears sometimes.
Perfect timing, right? That comes out, he pays her. Then something else comes out, like what really? Then somebody comes out, and then there's another story on top of the urban myths and receipts popping up for those in the documentary that's supposed to be coming out. And it's just like it all create the perfect storm for this to be the right time for me to tell my truth.
Yeah, I mean,
take that. No. I couldn't help it.
Like I said, man, I think he's done for, bro. Yeah. I do. I think he's done
canceled.
for. I
don't know, man. It's just, I guess it's like unreal for me to think that it is possible for him to not be part of, like,
he will be mentioned when it comes to the historical timeline.
Yeah,
you can't help but to mention him because of the people that he's helped that have a lot of respect in the industry, like Notorious B.I.G. or 112. You know what I'm saying?
But just his involvement in hip hop.
Yeah, you're not gonna. You can't.
Pop culture. Period. It's like, damn.
This is one of those things where a meme comes to real life. You ever seen those memes where it says this one person and everything they done has to go?
Oh yeah. This is four options.
Yeah.
Which one of them got to go?
Yeah. This is one of those things where it's like, this is why that meme is kind of stupid, because you're never going to be able to erase him from the history of hip hop. For sure. It just means that when you tell his story, this is where you got to end it.
Damn, it's almost.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Like, if he get hit, you think African Bambaataa, they gonna get him?
Man, they're getting Diddy.
No, I'm saying African Bambaataa. Do you think they'll get him?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean,
he's got some extra shit.
I mean, he
in his closet.
I think eventually, but I think but you also got to understand how, like, the law works. They love the high profile situations
and the time period.
And,
like,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised Hassan. I am surprised now, though. I could say it didn't go up, and because that law that was a federal law, or was that just in New York State?
Might have been just in New York State. Might have been.
Hassan didn't tap in on. Hassan didn't. Got to use your words carefully. Didn't bring that up.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that would have been a crazy, like, case.
Yeah.
So basically, African Bambaataa is from Zulu Nation, who's a hip hop.
I know who he is.
The godfathers of hip hop. He
has a lot of accusations. A lot
with young men.
Yeah.
And there's a dude, Hassan Campbell. He's like a big YouTuber, but he's known in the Bronx. Like, he has a rap sheet. He's been plenty of attempted murders. He was part of the Zulu Nation, and Zulu Nation, from what I learned years ago, was like, it wasn't just like on some hip hop started in the park. It was like, you getting stabbed up. Like, there was a gang.
Yeah.
And apparently Bambaataa had been
doing some inappropriate stuff
at a young age, but also in his teen years.
So, taking dude's masculinity.
Yep.
Yeah, and so it's been a whole lot. Like, a lot of people have
the stuff that Diddy is getting accused for.
Yeah, but
the stuff that, bro, when you got to understand, but we're talking about like assault charges, but we also got to remember he's been implicated in this Tupac case. You understand what I'm saying?
That's another reason why you having a hard year.
Biggie too.
Yeah.
That's another reason you're having a hard year.
Kim Porter too.
Yeah, Kim Porter too. And apparently, dude, when you look into this,
don't forget about Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. It's a lot of it's a lot of moving parts going on with this situation, other than just what everybody wants to highlight on. You know what I mean? Even, bro, it's that's why I said, when it comes to being canceled, bro,
when you hit that arrow, the drop down box is listed. Drop down list is long, my guy.
No, you gotta go fall back. Get the heat off you.
He gotta pull a Russell Simmons,
bro. That sun is right here. The sun is right here, bro. The sun is going nowhere. That heat is not coming off.
For a couple years.
Pull a Russell Simmons and leave the country.
Yeah.
Russell is unapologetic with his, though. Like, he really be sitting there cross-legged on live,
in a meditative state, man. Trying to
smiling, though. That smile don't go away.
Center your chakras.
That smile
align
is
them.
permanent.
You know, align your chakras from within.
You levitate me.
He aligned his chakras.
Yeah, dog. I mean, it's a lot to it. I'm gonna be honest. As a person that does music, and a student of the hip hop is like, I'm not gonna say it's devastating, but it's like one of those things. Being a student of hip hop and then being black and looking up to who we look up to, and then they come up short as far as in what we thought they were. It's like, damn, like how many more people before you realize you don't have nobody left?
I think I would have had a problem if it was just us. If it was just black folks that they was on, but it's they showing them the other ones too.
No, it's other ones.
I'm just that's where I can have my piece.
It's other ones, but when it comes to the success part, right? These are people that we deem like extremely successful. Like when the things went down with Bill Cosby, right? And then you got Diddy. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, damn, man. Like when you look at like the things that a lot of the average black person appreciates, like, oh, we got this many billionaires and this, that, and the other. And when you look at all of those folks, it's almost like, man, you want to stay away when it comes to supporting the higher they go, because at some point in time, you're going to figure out what's really been going on with them and what they really been on.
Yeah, because niggas just thought Diddy was like having devilish fun. Like,
apparently he was.
He was doing some demon acts. Let's get the ungodly.
Yes.
But we thought it was like
allegedly. We don't know.
We didn't know he was committing crimes. Is it we didn't know he was committing crimes.
Oh, he was committed.
Like, not
to a lot of things.
We know now.
Yeah.
But it's just, I guess now it's like Diddy is one of those people that had this and that might have been what he was really good at. It's the appearance of being this clean slate person. Obviously we know there's some.
It seemed like over the years, man, that started to diminish.
Yeah, when he was a Joker over there in Times Square, he was getting that dude from Power.
Yeah, bruh. I'm just saying.
That wasn't a Diddy. That he turned into Suge. He turned into Suge, like, and started getting a lot more aggressive with things.
I'm just saying, bro.
But yeah, he's canceled.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
To answer the question.
So
it'll be all right, bro.
So I sent you guys a link.
Nigga pat me on the
Sent y'all a link. Yo, your brother really consoled you, man.
Because it looked like it hit you when it really soaked in. Like, yeah, he gone.
You seen that meme with the interview with T Grizzly and Fat Boy? Nah, food, bro. They was talking about food. He was like, man, shit be too seasoned. He was like, shit be too good. And Fat Boy was like, nah, that's real. He was like, nigga, shit do be too seasoned.
Bro said,
like too seasoned,
bro. The way you said it though, you said it like, bro, man, no more Bad Boy reunion tours, no nothing, man.
Can't even watch Revolt. I'm like, I know, bro. It's all right though, my G.
Yeah, man.
We gonna survive.
That shit crazy.
Syracuse Knives. We gonna
I sent you guys a link that I thought was something good to kind of talk about real quick, and I posed the question if there's an agenda against black masculinity, because I had sent the link of the dad showing up to the school and the teachers had the son playing in a dress.
Man, I seen that shit like 2 years ago, bro.
And
oh my God.
My thing is the reason why I asked the question is because you got to remember when we started talking about the Katt Williams thing, he was making a big statement that he wasn't the first person to even speak on this, about how in Hollywood they try to get these entertainers and these actors, comedians to wear a dress just to be funny. And then seeing that clip where they're doing it in schools, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just kind of wondering, when you look at the gap difference from a young adolescent kid being exposed to that and that being encouraged, and then how a lot of traditionally masculine black men have to deal with that even in their profession, does it seem like there's kind of an agenda being pushed on the men in our culture?
Well, I'm
gonna listen to those people in the industry who have said that that's what is happening. Because there's so many different ways to kind of respond to that question. Because for one, the first people on stage who were the actors and on stage were usually men, and usually men, even in Europe,
you're talking about in earlier times,
it was comedy to see a man dressed as a woman, which is it's irony, right? So comedy, most of it, what I find funny is irony, is where most of the jokes lie. There are white men who have been who've done comedy in dresses and dressed as a woman or whatever. There are also probably people who are black that might be okay with it. But I'm listening to the people who have said and are being part of the industry and saying that they've been approached to do these things to get to a different level, to another level. It's a difference when it's like that's part of maybe your comedy, or maybe you're just okay with it and that's you came up with this scene or this character. But when it comes to you getting to another level or being able to advance in your field, having to do certain things that are against your morals or values, that's a different thing. So I'm going to say I think so, just based on the number of black comedians that I've seen who have done it in comparison to the white ones that I've seen. It's a lot more black men or male comics who have done that.
I'm going to say there's an agenda against masculinity in general, and that there's a focus on black masculinity. I think that's the best way to go about it, because we're going to do this. Hold on. I came prepared. Because we're going to define masculine, right?
Okay.
Having qualities or an appearance traditionally associated with men or boys. That's one, right?
Right.
And then it says, if you say that someone or something is masculine, you mean that they have qualities such as strength or confidence, which are considered typical of men.
Right.
Okay. So it seems like they are trying to, they have come up with this term, toxic masculinity, right?
Yeah.
When in a lot of ways it's not so much toxic as it is just a man being masculine, but because of a lot of people, and I won't just say women, but a lot of people in general feeling like masculine men are too demanding, or they're too forward, or they're too strong in the way they think, or their approaches to things. They feel like it contradicts or goes against what they feel, what they think, or what they want. So instead of respecting him standing on being masculine and operating a certain way as a man, they say it's toxic.
Yep.
Right? And they say it's toxic because then it takes on a negative connotation, and then they can check it.
Right.
So with black men and being masculine is seen as sometimes as a threat. You being angry behind something because you feel disrespected, and you being masculine, you feel in a certain way about it. But that is a threat to a lot of people, male and female, of our hue and those not of our hue. And so they want to take that away as a way to manipulate, control.
Right.
And so I feel like if you attack the masculinity and you take it out of the picture, it's easier to control mostly the masses. Because if you think about a lot of the black leaders who have created uprisings or brought about change, they were masculine in who they were, what they stood on, and how they approached things. So to kind of belittle, downsize, strip, you have an agenda against masculinity, especially black masculinity, because you see it as a threat and something that can go against the agenda that you have for everything overall.
Shit, we could just go back to the inception of this country. That's been part of black masculinity, has been a part of that story since we landed here. So it's been a threat to those who are in power, whether it be like on the plantation. Whether it be in the church, whether it be in the ring, whether it be on the court, whether it be in court.
And that's why you have those that they make examples out of, and they get like the harshest of sentences,
punishments,
young black boys,
because they want to prevent anybody else from feeling like they should be masculine to the point of it being an issue with you standing on what it is you believe and operating with a certain level of strength and confidence. Which is why when you start talking about in the entertainment and them putting people in a dress, it kind of belittles who you are as a black man, and it diminishes your credibility in a certain sense.
Yeah. Case in point, I had a recent experience where I felt like I was viewed as the aggressive, so basically I'm at a restaurant, kids, told you about it, right?
Oh yeah.
My kids, it's their birthday, so we go to Buffalo Wild Wings. My son want to go there. Bunch of kids over here, my son and his friends, daughter and everybody over here. The game is on. The Texans are playing the Colts, and table's going this way. My son is over there. There's another guy, and his back is to my son's shoulder. So, like, the guy's back is that way. And I seen this big white boy turn around and say, "Really, motherfucker?" Nigga, I lost my goddamn mind. Chairs kicked over. I'm over there. I'm on him, right? As soon as I get closer, he start walking to me. I'm letting him know in a stern way with a bunch of other words involved. You might want to stay from arm's reach with me. Now, I might have been going a little longer on my barking. So some dude who ran up or whatever must have worked there, and he was like, "Hey, that's enough." And he ran. The way he walked up on me, bro, he touched me with his body. Mind you, you see me, I'm 5'6", 130 soaking wet, 135 on a good day. This dude is a big football playing looking boy. But again, you ran up to me. Why? Because I look like I'm the aggressor. Mm-hmm. Just because I'm tougher and more aggressive than the original aggressor. You presented aggression. Mm-hmm. You brought it in.
So you respond with something.
You matched it.
Now I'm the same. The police did that to me before too. I got into a big 6'3" looking motherfucker. Nigga, he tried to walk up on me and my hands touched his chest. And now the police coming up to me like I'm the aggressor. Mm-hmm. No, I'm just more tougher and more aggressive. I might be more masculine than you.
You're more authoritative.
So now I look like I'm the problem. And that happens oftentimes when we respond sometimes to certain things.
Usually because it is.
Yeah.
The darker the hue,
mm-hmm.
the more aggressive you look.
Yep.
Or perceive.
Mm-hmm.
So that part with black masculinity is like, that's always been part of that story. Is like some fear is there about, I don't know what, but they see us as a threat.
I think in today's climate, it gets weaponized. Like it gets weaponized like crazy, right?
By not just a certain. You know who it used to be weaponized by?
Yeah.
They still weaponize it.
Yeah, they weaponize it, but I'm going to be honest, some of our own in our culture weaponize it against us because they know what punishment comes behind saying how aggressive or, behind us being masculine or assertive, right? Mm-hmm. But this is the irony, right? And I'll start, because I don't want to spend too much time on this part, and then I'll move my way to a different direction. I'll start with our women. When I look online and I see a conversation that involves a debate, right? I can always tell when it's a feminist talking, but it's the toxic masculinity or, these black men or this, right? But yet, if you approach some of these sisters that are having a hard time, they'll justify their masculinity. If you say, "Yo, you act masculine," well, I have to because I'm independent and I do it by myself. And so you understand masculinity. So that means you understand what we go through. But it's okay for you because you having a hard time. We live this, right? We've been living it before you had to deal with it, right? Most of us had that sit down with our parents to be like, this is why you can't act the way they act when they get mad versus when you get mad. You see what I'm saying? But I think
it's perceived differently.
Yeah, it's perceived differently,
and the consequences for it are different.
Absolutely, always,
it's
right?
Perceived differently.
And so I feel like when I seen that video, especially with me having 2 little kids, right? The first thing is like, man, I don't know what I would have done, but I don't think I would have handled it. I don't think I would have handled it with the intelligence I really have. You see what I'm saying?
My situation?
No, I'm talking about the video situation. I would have handled the situation probably just like you, but I'll just say I'm glad I wasn't there because it probably would have escalated. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know that feeling. You know, we've went to school and been in those environments together, right? So I just feel like there's an attack even on the young boys, right? Because for the record, when these conversations are being had across the internet and different content, what a lot of people aren't talking about is like, this didn't start 5 years ago. This didn't start when they started changing the school curriculums. This started, like you said, when we landed. Taking our masculinity away from us started in slavery to control us mentally and to control everybody around us. If you beat up the bully on the yard, nobody's messing with you. Nobody's going to even think of crossing you because you just beat up the person that's been running the yard 10 years before you got here, right? So it's a psychological thing. And so if you keep telling a wolf that it's a rabbit when it's still baby wolf, it's never going to know it's a wolf. Right, so that's when I seen. A tiger. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But you know, it's But so when I see the kids being, you know what I'm saying, manipulated and influenced, that's what I see. That's what I believe I see is happening. And then when you go to the entertainment level, like what Katt Williams was talking about, like what Chappelle had talked about, you know, years ago. It's the same thing. It's, let me see how strong your mental is. Let me see if I can persuade you to go in this direction, if I can sway you. Now, granted, I don't think that all of our black entertainers just did the type of comedy they did because somebody approached them. I really think that their career, like Eddie Murphy's career since Coming to America, they were doing those type of skits when they was switching characters and stuff like that. But I do believe that a lot of those stories and what they break down are real. Like Wesley Snipes had no business being in a dress. Ving Rhames had no business being in a dress. Tu Wong Fu? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, but it was John Leguizamo and there was a white dude who was Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Wesley and Ving Rhames. I'm talking about Passenger 57 and Animal.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie.
You understand what I'm saying?
Hold on, but look,
Blade,
bruh.
It's Brandy. Look, that movie with Ving Rhames that used to come on BET all the time,
bro.
It took me a minute. One day I was bored.
You did it,
bro.
Why you do that?
Damn near made a nigga cry, man. I almost cried,
bruh.
I'm about to cry.
That movie's a pretty good movie,
bro. That's Melvin, man. He beat up Jody,
but he played that part before Melvin, didn't he?
It don't matter. That's still Melvin. You seen Melvin before you seen that, dog. Nah,
that part he played. That was a good movie, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Guns and butter.
You better not watch six. It's just butter.
That take on a whole new meaning. Hell nah. That take on a whole new meaning. I'm gonna be out of here, nigga. I'm not gonna be there. Nigga, I'm gonna be at home with the youth.
We appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yo, you wild, boy. You wild. Nah, I when Dave Chappelle broke it down first, bro, I never thought about it until he said, you know, you look at all the strong black leads. Oprah, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I started like looking at, because I know I have my favorites. My favorites were always Wesley, Will Smith, Michael J. White. Like those were my favorites with the action movies and stuff. And even when I looked back in the earlier careers, except for Michael, I haven't seen nothing suspect or crazy. But even
Jay White,
yeah,
oh yeah.
But even with Will, bro, when I was a kid and I was watching Fresh Prince, I'll never forget when that movie came on TV and he did 6 Degrees of Separation.
Yeah, see,
I didn't know.
I never watched it.
I didn't know what it was called. I was just like, oh, this Will Smith movie. Why is he doing that? Oh, what happened? And I was just like, bruh. And so when Dave Chappelle talked about it, I started reflecting on certain movies that I was like, well, why is this? And he was right. And it is. And I think that's the thing. Like when it's comedy or it's like supposed to be some form of art, I get it with certain actors. But bro, like it would devastate me if I seen Denzel go that route. Or if there was a movie with Sidney Poitier in it, or just some of the greats, you know what I'm saying, that like really defined black masculinity on the screen. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like that's an influence where you look up to it. Before you become your own man, there's a man that you look up to, that you kind of model yourself to try to be like that's the paradigm, like that's the okay. It is just like hip hop. You know what I'm saying? When you certain people that you look up to and they did that? Oh man, nah. You see what I'm saying? So
damn it, Puff.
Yeah, but I know you're still upset about Puff, man.
Nah. You know what's crazy? I'm not even a Puffy. I'm not a Puffy fan or supporter anymore. Yeah, like that be no. I'm not. But what I'm saying is, like, Puffy was like a certain.
He's Sean now.
Oh
yeah, it's Sean. Gotta call him Sean. Gotta call him Sean, bro.
I'm gonna spell his name wrong. SHA.
Nah, it do hit different when you like when you think about certain people who've held certain statuses in certain industries.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. That changed.
I'm telling you, influence is a powerful thing, bro. So when you see somebody influential going in a direction that you didn't believe that they would go in, and even on a moral level,
shout out to the victims though.
Yeah,
like.
Wait.
Shout out to the victims.
Wow, where are you going with this? I said yeah.
Our condolences.
Hey, I said the hip hop. Hey, the hip hop part of me, because like, we the same crew, is like, yeah. Why?
Because we shout out a lot. Like, shout out to the victims.
Shout out to the victims. Yeah, that's the wrong wording.
Much love and respect.
Hey,
condolences.
Love,
you know
and bruh. My man right here.
He been wilding all show.
Love and respect. Salute.
Just stop. Just stop.
Yo,
prayers
man,
and well wishes.
You can't do no eulogies, man. Yo, shout out to the pallbearers, the paramedics, the shooter. You know what I'm saying? The shooter brought us all together.
We wouldn't be looking out to the pastor. I felt that. Like, yo, this guy.
Hearse driver was spinning the block. You know what I'm saying?
Watch them MPHs. Like, chill, bro. Just chill. What?
Yo, you been on the road, bro. Yo, you been on. No, don't watch Juice no more, man.
Yeah. No glasses, poets. Why?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey, that's got to be a new character you introduce, so we know. So at least the listeners know.
When he got the frames on, you know what to expect. What kind of content will be delivered.
Just no frames. That's your name, bro.
Yeah,
no frames.
I'm gonna call him Blur Vision.
Ain't that a song?
I don't know, is it? It ain't my Puff, is it?
Bruh.
Oh man.
You know he the king of the remix.
Yeah, dog.
Gosh.
You feel? He said he the king of the remix, man.
Wow.
Yeah, anyways, yeah, we gonna go ahead and dip up out of here.
It's been real.
Yeah, no frames.
Yeah, shout out to y'all.
No frames, all blurs went crazy.
Golly.
Anyways, this your boy Dizzy D Spill here with my co-host in the building,
Jelani Evans,
Farmer Poe.
Please don't report us. Leave likes, leave comments, follow us
on the socials and all that.
All of that. And remember, you got to tell them no.
Tell them no.
You got to tell them no. Until next time, peace.
Peace. Love. And shout out to all the
turn his mic off.
Don't say
the people that happen to.
Yeah, that's the last episode.
The people that happen to, shout out to them.